Deathstroke for being when he was good. Then this is a great scene from Justice League Europe. The Enchantress has taken over all of the guys in Paris because she's got mental powers. They're not running away. And Catherine Colbert is still like, oh, she's hiding. And she's running, run. And she runs, and her heel breaks, and she sees a mystery person, but it's just a friend. It's Fox. These are the main bad guys. It's all the bad guys. There's Mongol and Juggernaut and Rhino and Typhoid Mary and Venom and Crossbones and Artemis is back there and Silver Samurai and Solomon Grundy, Carcaro, Scalp Hunter, John Greco, Cheetah, Shrapnel, Living Laser, then Bolt and the Joker and the Hobgoblin and Canto and Mantis and Steppenwolf and Calabac, and some of the other guys are in it too. Also, it's Darkseid in the back because he's talking to them and ordering them around because that's what Darkseid does. So I'm drawing different super characters. So this is not related to characters, but it is new people. So I do draw new guys. That's the new Superman who I have a HeroClix. That's Ozymandias, Wayne, and that's the comedian. So I did draw them once. This is a scene that I'm going to redo with Darkseid talking to Reed Richards because Galactus told them to capture them so to keep them safe during all this fighting. And so they're just kind of ordering each other around. But I'm going to draw it again because it's kind of messy. This is the Blackbirds coming in. And their own, oh yeah, great on the Uncanny X-Men scene. So, as usual, the X-Men are coming in too hot over a battle thing. This is the Uncanny X-Men. Saying rotate device back. Okay. So this is Jean, and she's got some thoughts, and that's rotate device back, Iceman, and that's Jean. She's thinking, and that's Bishop is flying, and as Jean says something, oh no. So this one is a better version of the scene where Darkseid is talking to Reed Richards and Franklin, not Franklin. And so he's just explaining, he's being reasonable, and they're kind of telling me he's a monster. He says, we'll talk again soon. And sure, you bad man. They get away, they escape. Because that's what these superheroes do. Now, this is the X-Force. Because X-Force fights the Mandarin and Silver Samurai. And boy, do they get Cable. That's the Mandarin in his costume, his outfit. And he blows up Cable's arm because Cable's going to be okay. He's Cable. He survives that kind of stuff. This is a thing where the bad guys are fighting the good guys on the planet, and they attack Martian Manhunter with fire, and the other heroes save him because he doesn't like fire. And then this is the first page of the Infinity and Corp crossover, and they helped out in another area, and they're going back to England, but they're gonna get attacked by the force of Dr. Doom, and they're flying in their plane. There's the other guys flying in the plane. I might have dropped this already, but it's okay. There's Jean, she's sensing. There's Iceman. There's Jean sensing again. There's Bishop, who's still flying, 2 miles out, and what happens is Storm sees all the destruction. No, but it's okay. They're gonna save the day because they always do. This is a thing. This kind of happens. Joker does take over Paris, sort of, but not for long. These Justice League Europe members aren't really in the story. It's more the second stringers. So, and this is the opening of the Justice League or everything. That's going to be the Eiffel Tower. I have to draw it. I remembered what Paris looked like. I must have watched a video call enough times because the beginning of that shows you exactly what Paris looks like. And it shows you where the Eiffel Tower is. It's just really right in the middle of town. And so there's Catherine from Justice League Europe is running, escaping. In a different part of the story, Excalibur is fighting Typhoid Mary, his Shadow Cat, versus Typhoid Mary, who's got her sword. She's got other powers too. She's no slouch. And then Shadow Cat, because she's got karate, she goes bam bam and snaps her. It says, "Dad got my ninja training," and so they're both bragging, and it's gonna end soon. Now, in a much later part of the story, later, Thor has defeated Calabac in the rain. Oh, they're crying in the rain. And Calabac's in the rain. He says, "You're about beastly, but you're a god." He says, "I'll take you back to your dad." He says, "No, I can't go back." He says, "Oh, he's going to destroy me again," because that's what Darkseid does. And so he says, "Okay, I'm going to take you with me to Asgard. Take my hand. We'll go away, and you're going to go to the Court of Odin." So I'm showing his stuff. This is my art. Okay, and that was. Waste your time with blank pages. It's always good to have blank paper. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to draw anything. Here's the thing I colored a while ago with Darkseid. Now, Despero got poor Spider-Man for a second. He's got him. And so, rage comes. "Oh, I'm here. I've been inked too hard." And Avengers assemble. These are the reservists with Sandman and Rage and Hercules. And they have a really good fight. Okay, now, we don't blank pages. Now, these aren't blank pages, but this is going to be a lot of heroes. Now, look at all these guys. So, kind of the reserve DC heroes are back to fight in a big battle. There's Ray, and I think it's Supergirl. That's somebody with things. That's Mono, because when he was Valor, he was on Earth. Green Lantern, Matrix, Supergirl, Mantis, Shazam, and Black Condor, who gets a big role fight. The general's telling him what to do. And he said, "The president's going to be here." He's like, "No, he's just talking to you from the bunker. That's Agent Liberty. He knows about these things." And the president says, "Thanks for being brave. So I'm going to call you guys the All-Star Squadron." And that includes Uncle Sam, Hawkgirl, Major Victory, I think his name is, and then Starman, the one who unfortunately got done in Calypso the Darkness Within. But this happens before that does. Now, on another Earth planet, the heroes have been attacked by the parademons and they gotta escape. So Blue Beetle has made up a transporter and Rocket Red's being overwhelmed. And they're about to get Blue Beetle and they're rushing and he transports them all away. Pew! And a bunch of them gone. But not Thor, he says, "All of them gone. Heimdall's beard." And so they're still under attack because Metamorpho and Marsh Manhunter are left. And so is Flash and Guy Gardner. And Pym and Hank Pym manages to get Tim out of there. So that happens. This is a guy fishing with his chicken, which has nothing to do with my story. Okay, now this is later, is when Doctor Strange gets all his mystic friends together. He goes to the swamp with the Nexus of all realities and meets Man-Thing. And he recruits him to help him out. Man-Thing's gonna help him. And so he's gonna transport him to the DC universe, and he uses his magic to go between the two universes. So he can do that. Then, kind of later, is Tony Stark. And Rhodey and made him a new armor. And then looking at their armors in the armory, there's War Machine, there's Iron Man, and they're looking with their glasses on because they were just welding. This is a thing I'm probably going to redo where the Justice League's getting recruited by Batman again, and Darkseid's bragging, and he's saying he's gonna find a way at Galactus because what he wants to do. Hi, hope you guys are doing good. Um, he's got a sneaky plan that you don't find out until later, and so this is part of the plan. He got Galactus' power. How did he do that? And so he's fighting everybody, mostly every DC hero that's left over, including and him. He was bad because it got the thing. It's got a blast in him. He's okay because everybody Galactus says, and he's on the Daily Planet. It does happen in my thing. I don't think with as many Marvel heroes, but it totally does happen. And some of the characters are there. Wonder Woman's there, so you can see it's the Daily Planet because it says the Daily Planet. So he's standing on the top of the building. Superman is totally in this. He does not like Galactus attacking his planet, and he's gonna fight back. Then earlier on, the heroes were fighting Steppenwolf and his wolves. And Steppenwolf says, I got him, oh, I'm supreme. And so they get some help from Superman and Black Lightning. And we gave Black Lightning a backpack that could fly, because he can fly. I think the current version can fly. That makes sense. Later on, in a different story, the Avengers have defeated Black Panther and U.S. Agent and Spider-Woman. They managed Black Panther. Black Panther's who missed, and he doesn't win. Because he doesn't win. Later on, it's just when they powered up Galactus again with cosmic power, and Nova's back on his side, and they're gonna fight Darkseid. He doesn't really give up too easy. This is just a fight scene with Hercules versus Juggernaut and all assembled heroes. Hi. Okay. Then this is at the end of the X-Force comic where Cable has been hurt by the Silver and Shatterstar and I think Siren, and they managed to body slide because that's what you do. They body slide to his ship, and so they're back on Cable's ship and ready to help him and hook him into the things and get him better. Now, at the beginning of the West Coasters thing, Crossbones has teamed up with Hobgoblin, and they're all like overconfident because they think they've got Magneto on his side. Well, actually, Magneto left because he didn't really want anything to do with it anymore. So it's only Crossbones and Hobgoblin and Gorilla Grodd and a bunch of parademons versus the West Coast Avengers, who's left is Black Panther, U.S. Agent, and Spider-Woman, and Living Lightning. Okay, and then show a little bit more for everybody. This is a great fight between Living Laser, and he's being all nasty and chasing people away. And there's Juggernaut. He's gonna punch stuff because they're just causing mayhem. Now, later on in the whole thing, there's a battle between Cosmic Darkseid. He's got powers. I can stop anybody. But on this then, Doctor Strange comes and he brings all the magic heroes from wherever, and they're like, what? And so he says, bind him. And so Doctor Strange and the new Ghost Rider team up, and they grab him and chain him up with magic powers, like you remember Doctor Strange can do, and his magic chain. They got him. Okay, I'm just gonna do one more. I think we're going out of power. Okay, so there's this last page. This is a good story where some of the Justice League and Hank Pym have traveled to the DC Earth to rescue Kurak. They come on the outside of Kurak and they see that it's been taken over by the bad guys. And they did fight, and they had help from Thor, calabac and shrapnel, and he blasted shrapnel into smithereens. And they're like, what do we do with the shrapnel guy? He's too dangerous to leave here. And then the Suicide Squad, who were already helping, come in using Nightshade's teleporter thing. Says, well, it's Rick Flag and friends. They know Vixen. And so he says, you were here the whole time? Says, we were down there, clearing out the other bad guys. And we had a rescue to pull off, because they had to rescue Nemesis, which happens in their story. Okay. Blank page. Back in the West Coast Avengers story is when Black Panther says what the plan is. They've got allies in the Wakandan place. They're gonna sneak in over the mountains. They have to climb up the mountain. They're no flying because they don't want to give them any clue. So they climb up beside the mountain and they meet his friends, the Spider Queen and the Spider People and their friends. And everything gets better. Okay. The last one is when Thor has brought his captured villains to Asgard, because that's the best place to put those kind of people, especially Enchantress. Hello. So he says he returns. And so, look, it's Thor. And there's Odin and his mom, Frigga. And so, there's a whole story with Thor on Asgard. Just gonna show, yeah, this is more of the same story. So, they're walking in Asgard, and it says there's going to be a great conflict on the Earth. And, he asks for help. He says, oh, I could really use your help, Dad, because Galactus is going to fight. And also Darkseid. And so Odin's very concerned. He's like, Darkseid, I've heard of him. I know that name. But it must have been a really few centuries. And so he says he's going to invade Midgard, another Earth. So what happens is he doesn't really send everybody, but he does send the Warriors 3. They do help. Okay, the last one is, this is my Global Guardians comic. That's Dr. Mist. And he's in the Global Guardians headquarters, walking to his special door. And he opens it with his magic spell. And this is all his magic items. Because Dr. Mist is pretty much like the Doctor Strange of the DC Earth. He gathers all these dangerous magic items and he keeps them in his chambers, in the dome, which is where the Global Guardians are. And this is him talking where they decide to go into France. We're using a magic spell from Dr. Mist. So this is a nice appearance by all the other Global Guardians who are around. They're figuring out what they need to do next. They've ended up in Paris, right near one of the things, and that's their next plan. Okay, hi everybody. Hope you have a good morning. I'm gonna show one more, and that's gonna be it. So this is a great scene where Galactus, who is really kind of worn out, he's out of cosmic power, and all the heroes had beat him up. Superman finally knocked him down. Boom! And so he's about to say, okay, you can just kill me, Superman. But he's not going to do that because it's Superman. So he doesn't kill him. Last one is, this is a nice scene from Human Torch, who flies out and lands on the ground in an earlier fight. Okay, that's all for now. Everybody have a good morning. Okay, thanks, bye.